India, Asia's third largest economy, has a sizable presence at the annual summit of the World Economic Forum, which is taking place in Davos, Switzerland. The forum has called on leaders from across the globe to address immediate economic, energy, and food crises, while also laying the groundwork for a more sustainable and resilient world. Apart from around 50 Indian CEOs and government delegations, some Indian states have also put up pavilions to attract investors. WION's Sumit Chartuvedi gets us the latest on India's presence at the World Economic Forum from Davos. Samit, great to have you. What is the latest from Davos at this moment right now?
Well, you definitely started by saying that India has a sizable presence here. We are standing outside India Pavilion only. Here are 4 to 5 big states from India which are participating. Pavilion they have put up here, and they're calling investors, and they actually want to attract investors here. India has a sizable presence, that's one part of it, but on the other hand, this time it's going to be the biggest ever World Economic Forum's annual summit. The gathering happens every year. Last year it was summer Davos, but before that, for 2 times there was no Davos at all. This time we are back, the snow is back, and the guests and dignitaries are also back here. The topics, they almost remain the same, but recession is a big thing that is taking the center stage. Recession, IMF said, it's going to be there in 1/3 of the world. Other problems are also there, supply chain disruptions and other chip crisis is there, and inflation is definitely one of the topics to be discussed. So amidst all that gloom and doom, there is something happening. It's buzzing now, it's buzzing once again. The Davos is back because it snowed last evening. We were here, and it looks like the Davos is back in action. Discussions will happen over the next few days about what is going to be the solution to the world's problems. It has been criticized now and then that the solutions are discussed, but they are never implemented on ground. So that is one point of condemnation. Protests happen. It become a natural feature, annual feature now. Protesters come. They come and protest for many things. So that is all happening here in the ski resort town of Davos. The snow is falling, and here the dignitaries are also coming in hordes to discuss a lot of things. There will be sessions about what is going to happen in the world, what are the solutions to the world's problem, and all dignitaries will listen to the session or will take part in these discussions.
And it also seems like there's, as every year, the fair share of protesters and demonstrators that try to get themselves up to Davos in one way or the other. How has the security situation been around Davos, and have these protesters managed to make any noise or any kind of breakthrough with sound?
Well, there's a designated area not very far from here, around half a kilometer from here, where the protesters gather every time annually. They don't walk till the Congress Center. Security is always that tight and strict that they don't allow protesters to go. But yes, they in a way they register their protest. They show the world what they are here for. Protesters gather from Europe, from other parts of the world. They take trains, they take buses, they come here to show the world that the people who are discussing the problems are the ones creating it as well. Like this time, oil companies are much in focus. Many protesters are of the view, they have protested saying that oil companies like BP, Chevron, they are here. They, in a way, discuss things with policymakers in the same room. So they are the problems creators as well. Why should they be given time to discuss things and push their agenda? That's what the protesters, most of the years, they come and put focus on. Till a few days ago, there was no snow here. It was being said that climate change is clearly impacting Davos as well. Well, climate change has been one of the topics of discussion always here in Davos. This time also climate change is taking center stage. Discussions will happen around it, but what is happening on the ground, that is to be seen. And Russia-Ukraine war, last time in May, it was one of the biggest talking points. This time, we can say that it's a bit muted discussion about.
Okay, yeah, it's really interesting how the topics at Davos on the one hand, but these protesters and demonstrators on the other have also become a cornerstone of this Davos summit. every year as well. Summit, thank you so much for that update. Stay warm, and I know we'll be talking to you a lot more in the coming days.